Good morning. It is 5:30 on the dot. It is Thursday morning, and it is January 3rd, February 3rd, 2022. Thanks for checking up on me, getting some energy. Leave a comment down below. Just letting me know you checked in. Just say, hey, Jesse, I watched your video, or a simple smiley face emoticon, or a thumbs up, something small. Just let me know that you finished, you came to visit me. There was my mile, just finish that up. And yesterday was a really good day. Yesterday I lifted my spirits. We had some friends over to our house yesterday, and especially this one guy we really want to invite over, because during this time, during New Year's, he normally goes back to his hometown. But because of his new friends, because of a new thing that he's found, he's really trying to break away from bad traditions and cultural things. And so this year he told his family that he's going to stay home during New Year's, Lunar New Year's, Chinese New Year's, Vietnamese New Year's, and he'll be back up home later on in the year to kind of make up for it, you know. So anyway, we really want to invite this guy over, and a couple other friends as well. So the friends show up right on time, right on the dot, 9 o'clock. They all show up together. Come to find out, they all said we're going to meet up at a certain spot before we show up to Jesse's house. So they meet up at that space, and they're waiting for that fourth guy. And they're like, where is he? Turns out something came up, and so he couldn't meet up with them at the location, so they came first. So we're starting a late breakfast, early lunch, a brunch, and we get a call from, his name is Guang. So we get a call from Guang, and he says he's going to be a little late. He's gotten pulled over. He's gotten pulled over by the police on his way over here. Yeah, that was sad. Everybody's like, oh man, he's trying to come over here. He's never been on this road before, or he's probably driving and looking at Google Maps at the same time, something like that, you know. So just like, well, we'll just wait till he gets here. So we're eating, we're enjoying the breakfast, and then he finally shows up. And so we asked him, hey, morning. So we asked him, hey, like, what happened? You know, you got pulled over police. And the first question out of everybody's mouth when somebody happens to get pulled over is, how much did you have to pay? How much did you have to pay? He's like, nothing. And we're like, whoa, how'd you do that? As if it's some kind of achievement, you know, in a video game. Like you've unlocked, or you beat the final boss, that you got to get pulled over by them and not pay anything. So we're like, oh, how'd you do that? And so he says, as he's getting pulled over, the police walks up to him and basically says, hey, how much money you got? And he says, hold on. I've got a friend that's a cop in this area. And he says, okay. The cop is like, yeah, who is it? He's friend. My friend's name is Fung An. The guy's like, cop's like, Fung An. What are you talking about? We don't have a guy named Fung An in our squad. We only have got a guy named Taehan. And Guang's like, yeah, Taehan. And he's like, oh, you know Taehan? He's like, yeah, we know Taehan. So he says, oh, okay, all right, just go ahead. Have a nice New Year's. Oh, that's funny. So he's reciting that experience. It was just so funny. Yeah, the cop actually just gave him the name, and he's like, oh yeah, Taehan, yeah, that's the guy. Hello. No, I don't know if he faked the phone call, but anyway, that's how he got out of paying for the cops' fees, his coffee money, as well as he's got a good story that he can take with him now. And he also shared that story with us, which was so funny. And so some of the other friends are sharing experiences, and one day they're out and doing their ministry and they're looking around, and they said, I'm just gonna go wander down this alley, you know. And I think it was a foreigner So, you know, we stand out. If I go into an alley, I really stand out, especially the deeper I go into these alleys. You know, like people start to know that, hey, this guy doesn't belong here. So one day this big sister, she starts walking down one of the alleys, and she says, everybody's kind of looking at her, and she just comes up with a name. She says, go by Auntie Seven. Hey, Auntie Seven, where's Auntie Seven? And they're all looking at her, looking at this foreigner woman, and they start pointing to her. Oh yeah, Auntie Seven, you just go down a little bit more. So she goes down a little bit more. Auntie Seven, and everybody just starts telling them which way to go to meet Auntie Seven. Finally, she ends up at Auntie Seven's house. Auntie Seven comes out and she's like, "Hi, Auntie Seven." And Auntie Seven's like, "Who are you? I have no idea who you are." But it's just one of those, I guess, fake like you know about somebody, and they'll take you down to the right person. Ends up Auntie Seven starts studying for a while. So that was another story. And then another person had a similar experience. They were looking for Auntie Six. So they go down and look for Auntie Six, and everybody starts pointing. Oh yeah, Auntie Six is in that house over there. Just go over to their house. Auntie Six, Auntie Six. So somebody who's related to Auntie Six comes out. She's like, "Oh, Auntie Six." And she's like, "No, I'm not Auntie Six." She's like, "Oh, Auntie Six, you mean Auntie Dao?" She's like, "Oh yeah, that's right, Auntie Dao. Thank you very much." So Auntie Dao, Auntie Dao. So Auntie Dao comes down and meets with this person who's been basically acting like she knows who that is. So anyway, we had a great time yesterday, just sharing stories, and we're singing a little bit of karaoke, and then we had lunch. Yeah, it was a good day, and just to kind of see the unity that the Brotherhood has was really encouraging. And I think everybody came over at about 9. First people started coming over at 9, and then they didn't leave until maybe 2:30 and 3 o'clock. Yeah, so it was a nice, good morning, and yeah, lots of stories that came out of that. And I also like starting early like that. Gives people time to just hang out and play and sing and eat, and we can eat twice. And at the end of the night, we had our meeting, but at the end of the night, if people want to go home, if they want to do whatever they want to do, they can do it, you know, because there's still the rest of the day left. So anyway, yesterday was a good day. Today is Thursday. We are going to go to the flower shoot this morning. So they set up flowers along next to this big shopping mall. And yeah, it's called the Flower Street. There's 2 locations. One's in the real main city center, and another one's kind of off towards District 7. So we're going to the District 7 one just because it's not as crowded. And it's not as big, but yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Once you've seen it for the first time, like you've seen it every other time. But yeah, we're gonna meet up with some friends, go out, hang out, look at the flowers, and yeah, this is a relaxed week. So still out here, still doing my thing early in the morning. Getting a little easier. Now I shouldn't say that. Today it was easier. But yeah, making sure I put my shoes, my clothes, my earbuds right next to my bed. Just gotta really go back to what I started to do in the beginning, because over time, with anything, I guess, over time you just get laxed, and the more lax you get, the small things you start to forget, and the small things lead to the big things, and the big things get forgotten. So it's all about trying to optimize and trying to find out the system that really works for you, and then sticking to that system. And that's sometimes the hard part. It's self-discipline to stick to that system that you've built for yourself. So I'm struggling, but I'm still down here. I'm still trying to push through. Yeah, new month, February. So let's make it a great one. Love you guys. Thank you guys very much for checking up on me. Leave a comment down below, and then we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Aloha.